You can move back onto the Weeby Goblins loot session.
I'm happy to move back onto the session.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see who posted. Reta, sorry, Jacqrieta. I didn't see who posted the actual stuff because my map is over that part of the, well, my screen share is over that part of the screen. Okay, cool. So if you guys can get back into your goblin frame of mind, you guys got into it really well. The first session you were a bit kind of iffy, not quite sure how to play this because it is a little bit different, playing the evil, but you guys got really into it in the next session. You can get back into that goblin frame of mind, kill, murder, destroy, fire. We're not really good guys type of frame of mind. I did put up the map again for you guys because you can check that out. So we're going to go back to there. You guys were in the Mogmurch. You guys basically went back to the tribe. You told them what you did. Even Loptop was impressed with you, with what you'd done. You killed a dog. Well, you killed a dog. Well done. Great job. And even Slorb seemed kind of impressed. The only person who seemed kind of indifferent was the chieftain, even though you do get chairs. You don't sit on the floor anymore. You guys get low chairs to sit on as dog killers. And you do get to sit in, like I said, you do get to sit in on town meetings, even though you don't get to say anything. And you do, as adults, considered adults now, you do get to take part in activities in the village, fishing, getting food, raiding, that kind of thing. But in the short term, you did all of that. You told everyone about it, and now they join you as you're heading. Certain members of the tribe join you now as you're heading back towards the farm to see if you've actually done what you said you've done. Because you told them you've killed the threat, you've destroyed the threat. And it's kind of dusk. The sun's kind of setting. It's a little bit dark. It took you a while to get back to the village. And now from the village to walk back to the actual farm, or where the wedding was, it's taken a bit of time. It's heading towards dusk. First, a question. Did you bring Squealy Nord? That's the pig that you guys were riding, or Christopher was riding. Do you bring Squealy Nord with you, or did you leave Squealy Nord behind?
I vote for bringing Squealy Nord with us.
I agree.
Do you have Squealy Nord on a leash or on a rope at least? You can use one of the ropes you guys used to try to capture the fighters with. You could use one of those.
Why do we need him on a leash? He's like, Mogmurch has him as a mount.
Okay, so you're riding him or her. I think it's a her actually. You're riding a her. So you're riding Squealy Nord.
Of course.
Okay, so with you in the front of the party riding Squealy Nord, your wound's still looking a bit raw, but getting there. With poor, I'm just checking it quickly. Am I right? Yes. With Reta kind of hobbling along, big chunk taken out of her calf, looking a lot the worse for wear. You guys will got scratches and kind of wounds from the battle. As you head down the hill again, you guys approach from the top fork where the fields kind of are. And you've got 5 or 10 of the goblins from the village coming with you to try and see what happened. And as you approach, it's just the most beautiful sight for a goblin to see. It's absolute chaos and carnage. There's blood and gore, and the house has really started burning now. You hear the breaking of windows and the crackling of the flames. You can kind of see it coming up the side of the house now. It's just starting to really burn nicely. It just looks so pretty to a goblin, so beautiful to watch. And with the sun setting in the background, it kind of looks like the flames are part of the sun. It looks really, really beautiful. Sun setting over the lake. They can actually, some of the goblins can actually get there, like take a step back. It's like, oh, there's the actual corpse of the dog that you actually killed by yourselves. So what I'm going to do is, there's actually 4 characters that you guys can loot. I'm going to ask you what you want to take. I'm going to put each goblin at kind of the person that they killed. and take it from there. I do know the fifth one, which is the dog, Mitzen. I know that there was a special plan for that. Poog had a special idea for that. That you were planning to skin the dog and make your guys 4 matching gloves from the skin. I just want to add to that the dog has a bunch of really pretty teeth, which make a nice necklace or a nice bangle or maybe some earrings, a piercing maybe. I'm just putting that out there. That's up to you. I'm going to leave Poog to decide what they want to do with the dog. But I'm going to start with, purely because this is the order that you guys are in my on my list. I'm going to start with Chuffy. Chuffy kind of did the most. I'm going to give you Winnius. That is the groom, the male halfling that you guys killed. He was lying on the side there. Maybe he was trying to protect his new wife when you killed him. Something I'm going to put in here which you guys don't know. In case anyone wondered, why is it Winnius and Welma had swords at the wedding and no one else did? What you broke up and what you destroyed was not only a wedding. This was a uniting of 2 halfling crime families, kind of like mafia. And no one is allowed to bring weapons because otherwise a fight could have broken out. But for the husband and wife, there is a sword dance and there is a cutting of hands and mixing of blood and signing deals in blood for the 2 crime families. That is why they had swords and no one else had swords at the actual wedding, just so that you do know. Now, do you want to search Winnius's corpse? Remember, he did burn a bit, so it's not so kosher anymore. Chuffy?
Yeah, I want to search him.
Okay. What you pretty much find on him is he had a nice black vest, a bow tie, a nice shirt. Unfortunately, it's mostly burned now. So there's not much left of that. It's actually a bit burny. He does have, obviously, a wedding band on his finger, a short sword, obviously, which is what he attacked you with. And on his jacket, the buttons are really, really shiny. Got really, really pretty, shiny silver buttons. And if you go through his pockets, he has 2 jars of a kind of yellowish liquid in them, one in each of the front pockets. And that is pretty much all he has on him. What would you like to take?
I would like to take the wedding band.
Okay. I'm going to add it to your list. So the wedding band is worth 25 gold, just so that you know.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to rip off the buttons. So buttons for his shirt. Tiny buttons.
Yeah, there is 6 of them. So it's 6 shiny buttons. So it's 6 silver buttons. Yes.
Will I be able to wield the short sword?
You can. You would need generally. Okay, you already have 2 swords. I'm just putting it out there.
Oh, yes.
You would, but what you would usually do in the typical goblin fashion, you would drill some holes, cut some grooves, and make a dog slicer out of it, which is better balanced for your weight and your size, the way you're built. But yes, you would definitely be able to use it.
Okay. I'll leave I'll leave the short sword. I'll kind of take it out, or wherever it is, and kind of just put it next to his body and shout loudly and point towards the sword, just so that everyone knows that there is a sword.
Okay.
And then you said he had things in his pockets. Two things
Two
of
jars
jars.
containing a yellowish liquid. They stop it. It's kind of like a square jar. It looks kind of like a flask with a stopper in, with a cork stopper in, with one in each front pocket of his actual vest, which is slightly burnt, along with the shirt slightly burnt and the bow tie slightly burnt. But with that, that's pretty much, he's got one in each front pocket. It's like a yellowish liquid. It's like a square jar that's slightly rounded, kind of like a hip jar, a hip flask. And in it is a yellowish liquid and is stoppered with a cork.
Okay.
Copper.
Is the bow tie still in a condition to be able to wear?
You could, like I said, it's a bit singed, but you could probably.
I would like to wear the bow tie. And then
Add the bow tie. Cool.
I'm going to take out both of the jars. I want to open one and I want to give it a big sniff.
Okay. What you sniff is kind of what I was thinking you were going to do. It kind of singes your hairs. This is potent. You know what it is? It's potent liquor smell. It smells kind of like dirt and vodka and whiskey, and it's just smells like ethanol. It smells like drain cleaner. It's like super potent moonshine in these jugs, or in these I said jars, in these bottles. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna stick my tongue in the one that's open, and just have a massive big lick.
It actually burns your mouth. It is, but it burns all the way down, but kind of in a like super alcohol, like this is like pure alcohol kind of way. So it kind of puts you on a buzz straight away, even that little bit, and it kind of burns your mouth and it burns all the way down. It tastes terrible. It tastes kind of like turpentine, but it's going to give you a buzz really quickly because this is really potent stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna try and close the jar. I'm gonna
So you will be able to close it. It is, just put the cork stopper back in. That's not a problem at all.
Okay. I'm gonna walk to the two goblins that are closest to me.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna give each of them a jar. And just gonna give it to them and say, meh.
Okay, so you're not going to keep the moonshine. You're going to give it to someone else. Okay, cool. Good. Okay, now what I'm going to give to Mogmurch. Oh, sorry, are you all done? Sorry.
Yes,
Chuffy,
I'm
are you all
finished.
done?
Yeah.
Sorry. I forgot. I apologize. Okay, Mogmurch, you were in where Corpule Gundras was. So you head up into the actual barn where his body's lying. Are you going to search? What are you going to do?
So I'll first let Squealy get back to the cake, and then leave Squealy with the cake to enjoy
Really just
eating
going to
that.
pile into that cake, like just taking out big chomps and just chowing down. I mean, like I said to you guys, this cake is like almost 3 goblins high. It is icing and sugar and multi layers and cream, and it is just every goblin's absolute dream. And on some of the tables, remember that everyone ran away. So there's some tables with some plates on them with a bit of hors d'oeuvres and little bits and pieces on them still from the meal that they were busy eating. But go ahead. Sorry.
And then from there, I'm gonna walk back and search not just the corpse, but try and search the entire barn.
Okay. I'm going to start with the corpse. Okay. Under his clothing, which was basically a jacket and boots and pants. He does have a chainmail shirt on. He obviously, as you guys saw, he had an eye patch. He had a long sword which he was trying to draw but didn't quite get drawn. It's not really, it's a little bit long and big for a goblin to use, but you could probably file it down, work it down to make a good horse chopper. There's a pipe. Obviously, he had the pipe that he had with him that he was kind of smoking. And in around his belt is 3 bags. And in the bags is the same tobacco stuff that you smelt, which smelt kind of like the stuff which I forgot his name, the healer dude was smoking, but more intense. And someone's taken it and cut those these into tiny little powdery kind of ribbons and intensified it even more. There's 3 bags of that and some money. There's a gold piece and 22 silver pieces. And then he's got 2 strange looking little pieces of wood. And if you take them and you scratch them, they actually make sparks. So it looks kind of like if you strike them fast enough on something, it's going to actually cause fire. So in other words, tinder twigs, which kind of look like, which is kind of matches. And if you make a perception check, please.
Okay, just give me a second. Just need to open the character sheet.
Stabbity stab stab. There we go. Okay. As you're kind of examining his belt, you notice something kind of weird. And as you feel around, you find that he's actually wearing a metal codpiece, also known as a protector, down the front of his pants to protect his manhood from anything. He's actually got a metal box there to try and protect it. What would you like to take?
Firstly, Mogmurch is going to take the eye patch and cover his birthmark with the eye patch.
Okay.
Then he's going to wear the chain shirt, even though it's probably like a dress size for him.
It's going to be pretty heavy, but okay. I'll allow it. Yep.
Then he's going to drag out the long sword to wherever there's a group of goblins. Just to like, someone else can make a horse chopper. It's not Mogmurch's thing.
Okay.
Then he's going to go back, take the pipe, the 3 pouches, the gold, and he'll take the metal cod piece and kind of just pocket it for now. Not sure what to do with it yet.
Okay. I'm with you. And the tinder twigs and the
He's-
cash.
He's definitely going to take the tinder twigs and what else?
Just the cash. 1 gold, 22 silver.
Yes, definitely going to take the gold and the silver as well. And then
Right.
yeah, probably just search the rest of the barn, but we can move on to the next person's.
In the rest of the barn, all you find pretty much is a barrel with water in it that they were drinking, and then a bunch of hay and grain and straw that they would eat. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else. An odd bug here and there, but that's pretty much it. Moving on to Reta. Poog. Poog's next. Sorry, Poog. Poog, besides the dog, I'm going to give you Lottie, who was the cook, the kind of tall, kind of chubby woman that came running out of the house with the dog. Are you going to search?
Yes. I'll search her as well.
Okay, right. What you find, Control X, is for P6. Sorry, guys. Control Z. Give me a second. Something's gone wrong here. There we go. Sorry about that. While you're busy searching her, there we go. You'll find, obviously, the frying pan that she had in the one hand that she was busy fighting with. As you go through the pockets, she's got an apron on, you know, a dress, fluffy thing. In her one front pocket, you find a bottle, a round bottle with a funny little thing on top with a little nozzle on top and a little pipe that goes into, like, from the nozzle. There's a pipe that comes out the back and it goes into a little, like, bulb in it. There's an actual full bottle of, it's dark green bottle filled with like a liquid that you can see inside, and a really, really beautiful, well-crafted kitchen knife, which was hanging from her belt. What would you like to do?
I would like to take the kitchen knife,
Mm-hmm.
just to keep.
Yes.
I am so sorry. I have no idea what you were describing with pipe coming out of it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a picture. I'm trying to describe without giving away what it is. Let me quickly get you a picture.
Sorry, it's a bit of
Give me a second. Let me get you a picture. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to describe something without giving away what it actually is.
I figured and I really tried to follow, but I think it's just been long enough weeks. And I'm like, I'm just as lost as what Poog is.
It's something that looks. Here we go. Oh, that is beautiful. That's the one I'm looking for. No, wait. Let's make it even better. I'm going to go with that one. Sorry, guys. Copy. I just want the picture. Let me copy the picture, please. You're not going to let me do it. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm just going to copy it from there then. Save image. I'm hoping it's going to let me copy it over. I'm going to put it in the pictures here. The ad. I'm hoping it's going to work. Oh, brilliant. It works. It so works. It kind of looks like that. It's a circular bar with a circular jar with a thing on top, with a little nozzle and then a pipe attached, and then this kind of a bulb attached to the bottom of the pipe. Now you can see it. You can see what I was trying to describe without giving away what it is.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll take that then as well. And I think kind of just inspect it a little bit to figure out what it is.
Okay. Do you squeeze the bulb?
Yes, but I don't want to do it at my face. I'll do it away from me.
Okay. As you do it away from you, you kind of get this weird smell. It kind of smells like mint and licorice and flowers all at the same time. It actually smells kind of tasty.
I think then Poog is going to spray it directly into his mouth, considering that it smells tasty.
And unfortunately, you spent it tastes horrible. It has the soapy, bitter, but you do kind of get hints of mint and licorice in the taste. It's not entirely bad, but it doesn't taste at all like it smells.
Cool. I think he's then going to
Do you want to maybe try taking a swig of whatever's in the other bottle?
I think so, yeah. I was going to say that next to see what's in the other bottle.
It's only about 3/4 full, but you take a swig and it is really good quality red wine. It tastes amazing. Got this like slightly bitter taste. It tastes kind of like nut and almonds, and it's just really, really good red wine.
I love that. Well, I'll take that with me then.
Are you taking the? I can call it what it is now. Are you taking the perfume with you as well?
I want to pour out the liquid and keep the bottle. Is it like a
Okay.
pretty bottle?
It's a very pretty pinkish bottle with a pink little squeezy bottle and a little coppery little top thing that it sprays out of. Very beautiful.
Actually, no. I don't wanna throw it out. I wanna keep it.
Okay.
Full and everything.
Okay. Cool. You can keep that. That's fine. Perfect. Anything else? Okay. Now, let me move on to your next step. What are your plans with the dog?
Well, I want to skin the dog, obviously, and make it into like a cuff kind of bracelet for each of us.
Okay, not gloves. You want bracelets now.
No, it's not. I don't know how much fur there is. I mean,
It's
just like
pretty much enough to make each of you one kind of fingerless glove.
okay, yeah, I'll do that then. I just
Okay.
figured what's the most efficient use of the fabric that we have.
Fingerless gloves for each of you. So it's one each.
And then I'd like to take the teeth, and I don't know if you can. I don't know if I need something else for this, but well, I suppose you could actually use like a piece of the pelt, I suppose, to make it into little necklace type things. Also, one tooth each for everybody.
Okay, so it's one for everybody. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and dog tooth necklace. One each.
Who wants the
Yes,
biggest tooth,
one.
though?
I like that because there's 4 canines, and each one can have the canine in the middle and the teeth above. I like that. Okay, that's one dog tooth necklace each.
So what we should call our group the canines.
I like that. I like that. You guys can discuss that. While you're thinking about that, I'm going to move on to the last one, which is Reta. I'm going to give you Welma. That was the bride. If you search her corpse, what you see, she's kind of, the dress is badly burned because she burnt worse. There's a pretty veil, which didn't burn much. Under the dress, she was wearing a corset, which did not really burn, even though the dress burnt. There is also a golden ring on her finger, a wedding ring. If you go through the pockets, you find in the one, there are 2 like cloth handkerchiefs. One of them slightly used. You're not sure if it was tears, whatever. One of them is slightly used. The other one is still dry. There's a small doll in the other pocket. And there we go. There we go. Strangely enough, hidden in her dress, in the kind of poofy part of her dress, there's also 2 bottles with a yellow liquid in them, and another bottle, which is a rounded bottle with a pipe and a little squishy thing, very much like the bottle that Poog took. And if you go right at the back and you shuffle around a bit more, there's actually a sewing kit sewn into the dress's lining itself.
That's very smart.
what would you like to do?
Can we keep everything?
Yeah, you can keep everything. Do you want the corset?
I'm thinking of using, because if I'm not mistaken, those are usually made out of animal bones, so they
Yep.
might be. It might be able to reuse that or repurpose that
Okay,
into some sort of makeshift. What do you call it? A slingshot
okay,
to reinforce it a bit. Yeah. So I'd
okay,
like to use the corset, not to wear. I'm a goblin, so
okay. The veil. Actually, thing has a, strangely enough, Reta has a thing for veils.
Yes, I think I currently have a rat on my head, so I
Yep.
don't think the veil will go nicely with that right now.
Okay.
Um,
So you're taking the veil. That's
yes,
fine.
and maybe you can use it as a fishing net, though, can you?
It's not, I don't think it's quite that thing. It's very, very, very fragile. Um, very thin and flimsy. I don't think you'd really use it for catching fish in. Maybe
Okay.
as a fishing net to pull a fish out, maybe. The doll, there's a little doll. The two handkerchiefs, one slightly used, two bottles of yellowish liquid, which look very much the same as the bottles which Chuffy took. A golden ring, of course, and then a bottle very much like a bottle that Poog took. Would you like to squeeze the tubey?
I think it's also a perfume bottle, right?
It looks very much the same, except hers is clear, and
Oh,
the
clear.
pipe and the little bob that you squeeze is brown. But
Oh,
other than that, it is very, very similar. But when you squeeze it, it kind of overpowering smell of roses and flowers. Not quite the same smell as the one that Pooh got.
more like a goblin repellent.
Pretty much, I would say. Yeah, pretty much. I would actually go there. It smells very flowery and roses, especially
We will.
overpoweringly roses, but flowers in the back. And it kind of just smells like a whole garden full of flowers, and especially roses.
Sounds like a useful thing in a goblin bar fight. I'ma keep that.
Cool, cool. Right. As you guys are busy doing the searching and going through all of this, you do notice that the flames are kind of going up the sides of the building, and the actually roof has caught fire now. And the other goblins are kind of sitting there, grabbing handfuls of cake or handfuls of food, and just sitting there, just watching this glorious spectacle as the sun's kind of eventually set. The moon starts to come out, and the stars come out, and just get going dark now, and just have this beautiful flames just everywhere, kind of snapping and crackling inside the house. Unfortunately, whatever was inside the house is lost now, but actually the roof is catching fire. It's just this most beautiful scene. And you get the smell of blood, and it's like extremely good smell to a goblin. You still have the boathouse, which you have not looked at yet. Would you like to do anything with the boathouse? I mean, it's in the right hand side by the lake, or are you happy just to join the others to just cow down and kind of just watch this beautiful spectacle of the chaos that you created? Just take in the beautiful sights and sounds and watch fire as it kind of takes on a whole building all by itself, which, thank you very much, Chuffy managed to pull out for you guys.
I think I'd like to take a walk to the boathouse, maybe just to check.
Okay, cool. You take a walk down to the boathouse and you kind of get there. It's a big building. It's kind of got a, from your side, you can see it's all wood. There's 3 doors. It does have an open end out on the lake. As you try the doors, they're locked. There's no way for you to try and open them at the moment. If you just kind of feel they all seem to be pretty sturdily locked. Would you like to try something?
Sturdily locked. We don't have skills like lock picking and things, hey.
If you make a dexterity check, I will allow it.
Wait, let me see what my dexterity is first.
I think your dexterity is quite high.
It just says +2, so no, yeah, I think so. This is the
Okay, roll me. Just roll me. Make me a You say yours is +2. Roll me a die 20, please. There you go. Let's get up die 20.
20. I can't remember if this is the correct.
I'll paste it back in the chat if you'd like.
Oh, it is.
You did
I
it.
got it right. I did. Look
You
at
did it.
me. Woo!
Wow, look at you. You kind of take a few sticks and you wiggle around and click. You're open and the door swings open in front of you. What you get to see as you open is, there we go, is it's pretty much an open room. There's on the left-hand side, there's a pretty big boat. You could probably fit all 4 of you in there easily with 4 oars in it. There's some nets against the side behind it. And there's some crates and some barrels lying around. But that's pretty much what you can see. And on the wall where the crates and the daggers are, crates and the barrels are, there's some hammers mounted on the wall, probably used to hammer the crates closed and the barrels closed.
I would like to inspect the crates and barrels.
Are you going to try and open them?
I will try and open them. I'll take the hammer and try and pry it open.
Okay. Are you going to try the one of? Okay. There's 7 barrels and there's 4 crates. What are you going to try and open first?
Let me start with a crate.
You open up one of the crates, and inside you find there are 3 stacks that are sealed and a dagger.
Lovely, lovely. Is this dagger? What is the weight that we can carry? Because I don't want to just keep picking up weapons and things. And
We'll look at when we do your next character. We'll look at what you can take with you. Right now, you can pretty much drag everything back to the village. You guys have got all the time in the world, and you have the other goblins to help you carry as well at this moment in time.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I'll take the dagger then.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a fabric that the bags are made of, and they're packed like 1, 2, 3 on top of it, like next to each other. That's in there. And again, the dagger was just lying on top.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll use that dagger then to open one of the bags and see what's inside.
If you have a look inside, it's filled with a kind of, each bag, if you open each bag, is filled with kind of like little pods, little white pods. You're not quite sure. It's just filled with little white pods. It kind of looks, I'm going to get you guys a picture. It kind of looks, no, not cotton. It ain't cotton. It is, kind of looks like that.
Okay, well, Poog's going to kind of just look at it and then take a few and eat it.
It kind of tastes like oats. It's kind of like a weird oatsy, porridgey kind of taste. Obviously dried. but pretty much it tastes like a porridge. If you added water and boiled it up, would be it's kind of like dry porridge, little balls.
Hmm. All right. Okay. Well, he's probably. I mean, he'll take that back to the village for
That's
sure.
like the next- okay, yeah, at a later stage. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah. And then he probably that's all that's in that crate, eh?
That's all that's in that crate.
I want to then move on to a barrel, please.
You
I don't want to like take too much time to go through each crate and each barrel because there's quite a few of them.
Well, I'm going to give it to you. Each of the crates has exactly the same thing in it. Each of them has 3 bags of the millet
Yeah.
and a dagger in them.
Perfect.
So all of them have exactly the same things in it.
Right.
All 4 of them. Now there's, like I said, the 7 barrels. Roll me a 6-sided dice, please. Just a plain 6-sided dice.
All right.
You open the barrel and you're hit with this like smells like alcohol and it smells like corn. It kind of smells like if someone had made alcohol out of popcorn is the kind of smell you get.
Okay. I want to taste it, but I know I feel in my soul it's probably going to be something like oil.
Taste it. It is probably the worst corn whiskey you've tasted in your entire life. Pretty much the only stuff that could taste worse than this at this current moment is the moonshine, which I think was Chuffy tasted.
Mm.
Or the perfume, probably.
I think even the perfume would taste better than this.
Okay, well that he's gonna leave then. All the barrels filled with that.
You check. I'm going to let you skip forward to check all the 6 of the 7 are. The 7th one you open is filled with a thick black liquid. And it's really thick and sticky to the touch, and it smells like tar.
He's gonna taste that as well.
It tastes pretty much like tar, but it tastes a bit off. Tastes like tar, but there's a funny side taste to it. Obviously, it tastes terrible. It sticks to your tongue. It does not, but it does have a funky taste as well to the tar.
All right. Quick question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have it written down what we have like in our inventories and stuff like that.
I do.
Did I pick up jars or something a while ago? I vaguely remember, or I wanted to take a jar. I don't know if I did. Like there was like a container of some sort. Maybe what we still had from the frogs.
I'm checking now. Poog. You have a bottle. You took a bottle from the Maggie potion thingy. You took a bottle from there. So you do have an empty bottle. You are correct. You did remember correctly. You have an empty bottle.
Cool. I would like to take that bottle and fill it with whatever of those liquids are more flammable. I don't know if tar is flammable. I think it is.
Tar is flammable. Like I said, this tastes a little bit off, as if something's been done to the tar.
Yeah.
Would you like to take some of the tar and try and maybe throw it towards the fire, or maybe try and light it, or something along those lines?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take a little bit of the tar and throw it towards the fire just to see what happens.
It tar generally is pretty flammable, but as this heads toward the thing, it lights up like a firework. It's just like woof. It is super, super flammable, and it just burns up and sticks to the side of the building. And as it splats, it sticks to the side of the building and continues burning. It's kind of like napalm. And it just kind of burns, and all the other goblins go like, "Ooh."
Brilliant. All right. Well, I'll take a bottle of that then. And then obviously take the rest of the stuff back to the village.
Cool, cool. The hammers and the daggers.
I mean, I don't think
Are you going to donate the hammers and the daggers to the village, or are you going to take some for yourself?
I have the one dagger, and I'll take 2 daggers, sorry, and
No, that's
one
fine.
hammer to keep for myself, and then the rest of the stuff I'll just bring back to the village.
Cool, cool. For Pete's sake, there we go. Thank you.
And 1 sack of that wheat things, and I'll fill the bottle and keep that. Then take the barrel of the tar back.
Okay, cool, cool. So you're going to take all the food back. You'd like to keep 2 daggers for yourself.
Yeah, 2 daggers, 1 hammer, 1 bag of the millet stuff,
Yep,
1 bottle of that tar.
got it.
Yeah, perfect. That's all. It's like shopping, for real.
There we go. Anyone else want to take anything else? The other goblins will help you carry back the rest of the millet, the rest of the daggers, and they'll obviously this will be deposited into the mess that is called the storeroom. They'll be doing that. By now, Squealy Nord is kind of passed out, just lying there, face covered in cake running down the sides of her jowls, and just kind of lying there, passed out next to the cake, like a puppy dog. And the other goblins are all just sitting there, just like chowing down, just watching the chaos and just basking in the glory of what the chaos you have wrought. Just completely absorbed by it and just overwhelmed by what you have done as the newest heroes of the village. And you guys kind of, before you head back to the village and do all the stuff you want to do, you kind of just sit down and sit and bask in the glory with them of this absolute chaos you have wrought. And you all kind of sit there until the next morning when pretty much the house is completely burnt down. There's no food left anywhere. You guys are feeling a bit sick from all the cake you've eaten. Major sugar rush. You guys can't wait. You've got all this pent up energy, and you kind of just start grabbing stuff and start running back to the village and dragging everything back to the village and getting with the village and talking really, really fast because you guys are like super, super, super charged now. Even taking the little bit of cake that's left back to the village. You end up having to make like with 2 poles and some fabric. You're having to actually make like a bed and actually between like 10 of you carry Squealy Nord back because Squealy Nord is just like still passed out heavily from the actual cake crash after the sugar rush. And you guys are just kind of hailed as heroes. As I said again, last time when you got back, I think Reta missed this. The one goblin that was left, let me get the name again. I've forgotten the name. Remti kind of does give a hug to Mogmurch as he gets back, kind of gives him a awkward hug and then kind of steps back again. And even Slorb and Lobtop seem really impressed with all the spoils you brought back. You brought them food. You brought all this food. You brought booze. You brought tar, even though you took something to yourself. There's hammers, there's knives, and they kind of spread this out amongst the village, put it into the storeroom, and this will be used over the next few weeks, months. Keep you guys up and well. I did mention that you did break up a wedding of 2 crime families to unite them. that may or may not come back to bite you in the butt at a later stage. And that is the end of that adventure. You live like that for about the next 4 to 6 months. You're all given tasks to do, feeding the babies, fishing, cooking the food. The babies seem really, really taken by Chuffy. For some reason, they seem to really like Chuffy and prefer him feeding them to anyone else. They're a little bit scared of Reta because she tends to kind of jab and snap at them when they get close. And they're fascinated by the wounds that Mogmurch has when Mogmurch kind of feeds them as well. They're really, really fascinated by the wounds that Mogmurch seems to have. There is, between Rempe and Mogmurch, there does seem to be kind of a weird relationship, complicated relationship kind of brewing during this time. And then something happens. But that will be the adventure for another time. Any questions, anything from your side?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to need to save that. Whoops. I'm just going to toss out the sheet. I'm going to save the sheet first. There we go. Done and dusted, done and dusted. Yeah, pretty much like that. They're like, whoa, cool. That, thank you very much, is the end of your first Weeby Goblins adventure. Again, there are another 4. The next one will take place, and you will actually be first level adventurers, not anymore kind of pre-adventure goblins. You will be playing the same goblins if you would like. I don't have an issue with you guys playing, each one playing the same goblin you were playing now. You will be officially first level now. So the experience you gained from this adventure would have been enough pretty much to take you from level 0 to level 1. You each have, after leveling up, have about 230 experience points heading towards your next level. But I will put all of that onto your next character sheet. And that is, wow, it took a lot longer than I expected. Even dealing out the loot took like an hour. But that was really, really cool. Thank you, everyone. And then pretty much you will be continuing your next adventure later. But if everyone is happy, we can move on to, so what we will do. Okay, do you guys want to play? Sorry. Do you want to work on creating werewolf characters for next week, or do you want to move your current characters from Kingmaker into a different adventure?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Why don't we do this? We can start creating, let me quickly pull up my werewolf stuff. The werewolf characters that you guys have got an idea, and we can create them. I think Christopher did send you guys character sheets, or didn't he? To create
I did
characters.
not. I've just sent it to you, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Can I ask you to send it in the chat, please, if you're able to?
Just finding it
Not-
quickly.
Okay. No, I can WhatsApp. Give me a second. I'll do it. Give me a sec. I'll do it quickly. Minimize that. Go there. Go there. I'll check that now. You sent it to me, ne?